So today I am exploring another tool. I've actually screen recorded my first time going into this particular tool, so I have experienced the Magic School Plus free version for the first so many days. I don't recall how many days it gave me. I would say it was 30. So we'll go into the screen recording as I'm exploring. And I explored with some faculty and staff when I first discovered this particular resource. And this is supposed to help us as teachers to utilize AI tools to become better planners, having that guide to help us through multiple choice assessments, lesson planning, all the things that you see on the screen right now. So, again, the name of this particular online resource is magicschool.ai. I'm exploring the initial startup with you and just kind of reflecting with you as I am going through the video and just discovering all over again. We're exploring. So, as you're opening, going into the tools, it actually gives you an option to um, preset or view some of the tools that are available. It's giving a step by step instruction on how to utilize multiple choice assessments. Um, then I see, and I've used this, so I can say I'm speaking for myself, I enjoy it. The multiple choice assessments will ask you what type of assessment, grade level that you're aiming for, the number of questions you would like. As far as I remember, the questions did not go beyond 10, but I could be wrong, and the choices may have changed. So what I did is I actually input, and this example is just giving me something about science, and I teach social studies, so it already gave me an output automatically. It's giving you an option to save, copy, and export. You can make some adjustment with Raina, who is actually the chatbot that goes along with this particular program, and it gives you an option to preload as well. Raina is going to walk you through the different options in terms of being able to uh, become a little more detailed. And this is pretty much the first 10 slides. Now, oftentimes I take it upon myself and I do not go through the tutorial, but I did that with you this time around. So, as I'm exploring, I also see different various instructions that are more geared towards how am I going to utilize Raina, the chatbot. And let's see, it's been a while. How can I introduce a new a ninth grade class with different? Okay, so it was fancy, different learning styles to the Protestant Reformation. It's been just that long because I teach Protestant Reformation mid semester, so it's been I would say since March, April. And there's the output. It literally breaks it down into different learning styles from kinesthetic, visual, auditory, all the general multimodal approaches of learning for different students. I was very impressed. Now, this is the first ever AI focused teacher tool that I've used. It's giving you options to translate in different languages, create questions. I love the translation since I teach a lot of students that are English language learners. It's giving you choices between multiple choice and free response, created questions, and I went for the multiple choice. Now, I always like to let my students know that AI has a play in some of the things that I create because I want them to be more familiarized that AI is not going anywhere. It's giving you an option to summarize as well as customize, and I really, really like this particular software. Okay, so I went ahead and specified to differentiate for English language learners and struggling readers. Gifted students. Gifted and talented students. I can be honest with you. After utilizing this tool, uh, I realized that I am willing, once the school year, once it gets closer for the summer to be over, to go ahead and purchase the Pro or Plus version of this tool. All right. So as I'm going through this, I started exploring other magic tools, and there's so many of them. It gives you options to um, create professional emails, uh, email families. So if you're having difficulties creating for communicating with parents or guardians, it helps you with lesson planning, and it breaks it down again by grade level. It gives you an opportunity to input topic, standard, and the objective. And it also gives you an opportunity to upload documents and additional criteria you would like to focus on. And of course, the standard. As I started exploring more, I realized that my favorite tool is probably the YouTube video questions. I don't know if I looked at that right away, if I did. Okay, so I've used this for my students before, and I chose a particular video, and I wanted them to see how different these questions would populate depending on the grade level. So I chose a video, and I think we're still on the Renaissance Reformation. I chose the video, and I led before, and of course, you can, it's entirely up to you if you go ahead and tell your students, um, present them with the questions right away, or if you would rather them not see the questions until after the video. So I just chose a video that I was already familiar with. No, not Beyonce. This is Renaissance in world history, and not the Harlem Renaissance. This is the Renaissance that started in Italy. And I usually choose videos that are less than 5 minutes long. That's just always been something that I like to do within class. Anything longer than 5 minutes. Uh, Depending on the grade level that you're teaching. But this one in particular, just 5 minutes. I copy and paste the video URL, and it generates the questions, and I chose 3 or 5, and it gives you the answers. It also gives you the time stamp of when the answer is mentioned in the video. So let's see what else I ended up exploring. A rubric generator, which that's something that I struggle with, not because I don't know how, it just seems like it's very time consuming. Text dependent questions for students of all levels. IEP generators, which I know, and I've taught special education before. I like the song generator and I played around with that just a little bit, and I think that's something that the students would really enjoy. Um, Text translators are important. Proofreading text. I do not teach math, so word problems wouldn't be something that I would get into, but I think a math teacher would really benefit from that. It goes as far as going into choice boards, having unit plan generators, Jeopardy review game, which I've done before on my own, and it's very time consuming. So to have that resource available at your hand through this program is awesome. A letter of recommendation, since I teach high school, I get that quite often, and they seem to be all the same. So using this AI tool would be awesome. And decodable text for the science of reading to support early literacy. That's something that I wouldn't explore, but I think just to have this as an option is something to consider to utilize Magic School Plus extensively. Now, I have gone on and developed this particular, real world connections. You can't miss that. Now, for me, as a social studies teacher, that is something that I literally do every day. And yes, we're talking about Martin Luther, the monk, not Martin Luther King Jr. And how can students connect to the real world on someone they didn't even realize that was in existence? And it gives you options to making a stand for change, writing a persuasive argument, or questioning authority and seeking truth. All those are awesome writing prompt options. It also gives you an option to edit the prompt. And again, you can copy, save resources, and export into different formats. All right, well, I'm going to stop right here. And before I completely come out of this particular video, see, I screen recorded that. Was my first experience with Magic School. And when you look for it, don't forget to enter magicschool.ai. Again, that's AI, so it's easier way for you to find it. Now, I have not used this. We're in the middle of the summer. I have not used this in a while. So, will it let me? Should my login should still be active? And a reminder. Oh, here's asking me for customization. And I teach high school still, and I actually teach a dual enrollment class, so I'm going to click that as well. I am a social studies teacher, and I also assist with um, some other things that are technology based, instructional technology, and I'll just leave that alone for right now. It's given me a welcome message. Again, I'm not going to watch this, but just know that the support for this particular um, resource is amazing. So that's my picture down here. So they still have me saved. Okay, so upgrading. That's the portion I wanted to get to before I leave you today. It's set on yearly billing, so that's a 38% savings, 36% saving. There's always an enterprise option, it seems like, for most programs at this point in time. It's $99.96 if you're billed annually. Of course, again, there's a free option. Take a moment to explore these options and what works for you. If you're just a monthly kind of person, this is what it would add up to. I think the annual is definitely a win. Uh, if you're um, maybe your admin or someone where you can actually get finances together to be able to spend 99.96. I know us as educators, we spend a lot of our own money on this, but I recommend it. So if you want to discuss this a little more, you've had some good, bad experiences, feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. I would appreciate if you could subscribe, like, and then even share this post if you know someone that could be interested in exploring, because we're in the exploring, not in the teaching section of my video vlogs. So if you know someone else that has some information on magicschool.ai or is actually working with a different AI teacher specific software, then let me know. My email will be in the comment section as well. I mean, in the section below. Talk to you soon.